Hey everyone, it's Wolf614 back at it again with another video. This is race number 8, our all-star race of the Bass Pro Shops Racing League. We are at Talladega, the same one that hosted our all-star race in the previous season. This is a 100% 2x wear race instead of what we normally do, where it's 50% 3 times wear. So it was a long one, lots of action, lots of crashes, but all things considered, it was quite the show. So before we hop in, I want to make sure to let you know that we are pushing to 150 subscribers at 141 at the time of making this video. So if you do enjoy this content, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'd like I said, get to 150 subscribers, and let's get 5 likes on this video. Good little goal there. My Twitch link, where all these races happen live, Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Time in the US. That is included in the description, along with my new Discord server surrounding my content. So if you enjoy this, make sure to go hit those up. And without further ado, we're going to hop right on into this. The qualifying order was set from last season's finishing position in the points, so I would be starting last. And yeah, enough of me waffling. Let's get right on into this video. There it comes. We would start off here today by looking out for some different stuff as we would get underway a really ugly restart, or rather start to the race, as we would be in the back trying to immediately find our way forward as smoke would drop to the back of the pack here, obviously not wanting any part of the upfront calamity that we thought was going to happen and would eventually happen in this race. So starting to settle in off the back straightaway here, I would find myself the rear bumper of Gators, try to push him up into the top 6 in front of us. But we would start to settle in here, lap number 3 on stage 1. You can see myself take Batman / Cord on a big push up to the front, but from that inside line, Georgia and Chevy would get a better push and keep that inside line moving for the moment. You can see myself just falling back once again, not really pushing all too hard to stay up front at this point in time. Lap number 4 now on the back straightaway once again, another big run coming for myself. Looking to see what I could do with it. They fan out all over the track. Zach would get too wide. NASCAR would get into the back of him. And I would take this run to the front, trying to go all the way to the lead around the 11 and 34. Needing a push from the 60 car behind us. Would get a small one. We remain side by side for the moment here as we try to sort out who is where and who is the dominant cars, who can push and who can't. You see the 60 car drop off from behind me here. He would get underneath me, and I would once again start to fall to the back. And this would kind of be the accordion effect. A lot of times, especially with myself, I would take runs to the high line and would just fall behind. You can see lap number 6 picking my spots, but a big spin. His Chevy would go around. I'd get up into the wall and then down across Smoke's nose, and I would slide out into the wall. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be a caution, and from that, I would get a black flag, which would put me 2 laps down here. So you can see, even though it's lap 9 for me, it's lap 11 for the leaders. I'm in 10th, 2 laps down, just trying to see if we can find our way anywhere into a good spot. We take the run from Ghost up to the front of the field for the moment, trying to see if I could be only 1 lap down when a caution would occur. However, you can see I would lose sight of it again, and AP would get into Georgia, down into the corner, and then slide up into me as it'd be our first caution of the race. So I slide down. I would still be 1 lap down on the following restart here, lap number 17. Trying to pick my way through the pack once again, just see if I can't get out front and catch a caution at the right time. You can see 3 by 2 up front. I would almost squeeze 4 wide there, and then almost get squeezed down under the apron in the corner. Gators trying to find his way clear of Cord, and he would, so I would sit 4th in line. for the moment.
I'm now side by
You
side
can
with
see
Smoke.
me looking up top with Gators. He would run the high line here, vacating the inside, and then Philly would think about trying to make it 3 wide, wouldn't be able to make it stick. Chevy would take the run to the bottom, push Cord to the front along with Ghost and Georgia on that bottom line. You see we fan out once again. Chevy couldn't hang it on the inside with the big push from Ghost. Gators would get up into the wall. And then once again, I would be sitting back what would be 8th if I was on the lead lap. Lap 19 now, you can see myself working my way back forward, a big push from AP behind me, taking the run off the high line. A huge overspeed compared to the leaders on the inside NASCAR down on the apron with a bad push, and I would find myself back to the lead of the pack, even though still 1 lap down, searching for that caution.
Make a girl happy. Oh, God. That was such a bit.
Save it!
Oh my God.
I tried saving you.
We would get that caution with an absolute massive shunt there to the 60 car, hard into the outside wall in turn 3. We would unfortunately lose Georgia for this race as he was desynced. That's a tough loss for a guy that could really be a help in pushing. You see a big run here up the middle of the field as I would push myself up into 4th while trying to hop underneath Chevy. Lap 28 now, trying to get my way around NASCAR, or around Cord, excuse me. AP would give me the big push, but I wouldn't have any help. I would be able to clear the middle lane, but I would stay where I was and take the big push from Chevy as I tried to find my way to the front of this field. See the 48 car there get into the 60 as well, as we would settle once again around 3rd and then drop back once again, just trying to see what I could do, who I could hook up with, what I could do to take the runs. You see Ghost go way high to try and take the run. Cord would stay on the bottom. I would shoot the middle and find my way through with Gators a big shove, and finally would clear into the lead. A huge run from myself and Gators in the 9 car there that would put me out in front for the moment. Lap 34 here, you can see I've been leading for a few laps. However, into this corner, get a little bit of a push, another one, and get slid out, and then big spin into the front of the field, causing another caution here with myself and NASCAR both sliding out. Lap number 37 now after the restart. You see Zach's got the lead in the 48 car as Gators would collide with AP. It'd be another big wreck. Multiple cars involved, the 11, the 34, and the 1, as I would just try to pick my way through to pick up as many spots as I could. Next restart, once again, I'd take 4 tires on all of the caution brakes, even though I really didn't need it, because I really didn't want to be at the front on these big packs. As you see Gators get stuffed into the wall by Ghost on the outside. Cord would get up out of the groove way too loose, and then I would start trying to pick my way through once again. Zach with the lead. Smoke would make a bad time to move. Gators would move up, but I would stick with Zach and push him through on that bottom line to keep us in the lead for the moment. And you see Ghost having to concede and drop down behind me. Lap number 42, I would get underneath Zach, but not enough room, so I would have to back out of this big time into turn 3 to try and not wreck anyone. Thankfully, I would avoid everyone there and be able to barely keep the draft with NASCAR. You can see in front another big wreck incoming. A huge crash. Takes out basically everybody other than NASCAR. And we would once again move to another restart here on lap number 47.
Yeah, I do too. That's
as you can see, we're pushing hard on the outside. Cord would get loose and then get hit into me as well. Another spin. This time I would just barely get into the wall, but it'd be another wreck and another restart. Clicking off laps very quickly with how it's going here. And then Gators would almost get turned by Philly. And then we would be able to make that move just barely. on the middle lane.
Out of here.
Ghost would get hooked out of line. NASCAR trying to find his way around. Freak going to the bottom,
I'm on the
like
gas, bro.
way to the
I'm
bottom.
full
Can't
throttle.
do that. He still would make that move. And then we were just trying to find our way through. Cord on the top. I'm using the draft off of him. Big push on the outside coming to the 11 car. We could see what we could do. That inside was all broken up because Zach was ghosting. Ghost would get a good push onto NASCAR there, but I'd still be hooked up to the back of the 11 trying to push him all the way through to the lead, and I would be able to, but wouldn't be able to clear myself. And I would be stuck on the outside watching that inside line take the good run. As you can see, the top three all come sliding through. I almost get spun by the 60 car there of Chevy. Zach would finally get a good draft through, and I get back down on the bottom. Lap number 52, I drop once again to the back of the field, trying to decide and decipher where I wanted to take the runs and make the moves.
I was trying to get back
You
down
see
on
a lot of jostling around still, all over the place. Zach would be back here now as well. I would take a huge run going 202 down the front straightaway, or down the back straightaway, excuse me. Taking that run all the way as far as I could go, unfortunately would die out way quicker than I thought it would, and I would drop back once again. Lap number 54, currently in 7th position. Zach would almost get into the 9 and then would get into the 9, slide him out, and it would be the end of the run. It's a huge wreck in front of us. A mini blowover, it seemed, from the 11 car. Would cause another late caution and therefore a late race restart. In stage 1 here, I would be on the inside trying to get to Smoke. Ghost would try to side draft but get a little too close to him, as we would try to get in that draft and be able to push the 8 car, which we would here. You can see the bumpers locked with the sparks, and we would shove him ahead as there would be some sliding, some tossing and turning behind us. And on lap 58, another big slide off corner exit would allow Smoke to pick up the stage 1 win, with myself in 2nd, NASCAR 3rd, Philly 4th, and Gators picking up points in 5th. Stage number 2 now. Coming to the green as the 11 car would be the leader for the restart, as he had not pitted at the stage break to put himself up front, expecting an early caution. And, you know, Corey's pretty smart. There would be one, but it wouldn't be for a minute, as we would start to try and sort our way out here. Almost wrecked the 11 car there. A weird push. As you can see, all the cars very squirrely on the cold tires. I would keep in front, and there would be the spin. Smoke and AP getting spun out, so it would work out perfectly. And to another restart afterwards, we would get back going to this recap here. I believe it's lap 7 now. Another restart basically occurred where absolutely nothing happened. We got into the first corner and then everybody died. So Cord would be ghosting behind me here. Very unfortunate. However, I would be able to maintain this lead for a moment. You see the back of the pack starting to fan out and find their spots. Zach making the move to the outside. He's also ghosting with the desync here. I'm just trying to block who I can on that inside. You see Smoke make the move to the outside along with Ghost. Big pushes coming to that outside lane. I'd just hang on the inside. I didn't know where else to go with all the cars ghosting. AP would find himself to my back bumper as there would be another collection of cars in behind us. Big slides and big crashes. And I would be leading the field once again as we came down to yet another caution, almost losing the lead there. Another restart now. This time on lap number 11, and we would not make it we'd make it pretty far. When it comes to the races, you see Chevy in the 60 car would just latch onto me, and we would push ahead and lead comfortably until lap 14, where Smoke would push Zach all the way to the front, and he would easily clear off of me to take the race lead. We'd maintain this line for a minute until lap number 18.
I don't know what happened between the end of 34.
And you see the cars getting jumbled up here. I'd almost get into a wreck there with the 11 and then get pushed wide, cycled out to the outside. Cord would be tired of pushing me, and he would push Zach to the lead and then almost wreck him. Almost a very bad day in the office there. As you can see the one car trying to find his way through. I would not be able to drop in behind him or Chevy, who was trying to make a big run, but I dropped back down in 5th for the moment. See Gators trying to make a run as well on the outside of me. We're dancing all over the place here, and I would take a big run back to put myself in 4th place for the time being. Lap number 21, once again getting cycled out, this time to do to NASCAR fan, and the Gators would slide Beyblade back across the track and slam into the backpack. A big collision there, and that would cause yet another caution as I would sneak around NASCAR for 3rd, heading into it. Subsequent restart here, lap number 25. See the pack pretty organized here. 2 on the outside, 3 on the inside, making it 3 on the outside, and then making the move all the way around the outside.
Hi, Wolf.
Yo.
There's the 4 wide. Well, this is exactly what you were complaining about. This 4 wide.
Who, me?
I don't like this shit at all.
Yeah.
I love the 4 wide stuff. It's hilarious. The 3 wide.
Not when people don't know how to drive.
Whose fault is that? Not mine. I know how to drive.
That's fair, but some people don't.
Well, they should learn. How else you know how you learn how to drive? You know how you learn how to hold a corner when you have 3 other cars in a line with you.
Okay, so we have.
As I said, they're the best place to learn how to drive a car is when you're surrounded by many others. As you see NASCAR get slid out there,
I got pushed.
a big slide for him,
There was nothing
and
I could've
unfortunately, there'd be no caution. So we would maintain the position and maintain the speed for the time being. Lap number 27, you can see Ghost get spun out by Chevy. A little bit of lines coming together. Supercross style, basically, there. 2 guys converging into one spot. As we're 4 wide almost for 2nd place, as Chevy would take the push all the way to the front and be able to maintain that spot for the moment. Lap number 29 now. Chevy would get spun by AP, a big slide, but he'd save it. Big time save there from the 60 car. As we'd maintain this front running group for the moment until lap 33. You can see the back of the pack catching us really quickly. It would be the 60 car coming through first. Or the 9 car, excuse me, coming through. Then the 60 with the huge overspeed all the way to the front of the field. I would let everybody go and just drop back down in 7th, no reason to race and try to wreck anybody coming through with that much more speed than us. So we would maintain this running order for a little while until lap number 37. As you see the guys in front of us getting a little squirrely.
What I wanted you to do there.
As we were starting to consider when we would come down to pit. You see really making moves. As I would slide around the outside of Smoke as he was trying to save fuel. I would take a big run here, almost 200 miles an hour, taking the draft and making the run.
Oh my God, here comes Wolf.
However, I would stall out into turn number 1 and no one else would come with me. Wasn't really expecting it, just trying to take the run and see what could happen as the 60 car almost got spun by Gators and Philly. As we would slot back in behind to 4th position. So on lap 42 now, thinking about coming into pit very soon. And we would start the pitting sequence here. As you can see, all 5 of us taking different degrees of safety onto pit road. And Gators really slinging it in, and Cord would actually slide and spin. No black flag for him, but that would definitely huck him down the order. As we would come out in a pretty good group of 4, as I would push Philly to the lead and maintain it until lap number 49. We got our 5-car tandem back here on the outside. A big run and a big push there. So we were just trying to find what we could do to save fuel a little bit and maintain the gap that we had over the rest of the field from the guys that had spun out or been in minor incidents that were further down the pack. Lap number 54 now. You can see almost a wreck twice there from the 60 car trying to clear. We were really starting to jostle for position. I would stick on the bottom, it'd get almost 3 wide and almost spin, but it would allow Gators to take the lead and myself to take second place, and then Court would come through for third. I would have the lead for the moment, but the one in the 60 car would take the huge run on that outside line and push into the lead for the moment, as the 60 and 11 would have a mild argument about who had second place there. It would go to Cord for this time being. And then Chevy would get spun in behind us. Lines coming together once again. Exited turn 3, a really tough one. For guys that weren't holding lines amazingly well, the 60 and the 9 would come together, and it would cause the 60 to be out of the lead group, as I would work my way back up to second, and then down to third. Lap number 59 here. Taking the run to the inside, and then taking it into the middle, seeing if I could maybe make the pass for the lead. For the moment, I would have it, but that inside, when there's no draft, works way better than the outside. You can see the one car trying to come through to maybe give me a push. It was just taking that run way too long to get there, as the 9 would get to the back of the 11 and push him comfortably into the lead, as I would try to slide back down behind the 9, letting off the gas a little bit, and then it would be an accordion wreck as I would take out the 9 car very incidentally. At the end of this lap, last lap of the stage, see Philly trying to find his way around. I would make my move to the outside, get just a touch bit more draft, and see if I could drag race the 11 to the line. Really trying to. The 1 car wouldn't be able to do enough to keep me from finishing second once again, but Cord would get the stage win from myself and Philly. Chevy would come home fourth, with NASCAR in fifth. Stage number 3 here would be the start, and on lap number 121. We're going to 188, remember, so we got another good chunk of a stage left here. And once again, it would be kind of the story of most of my restarts. Me going to the back, along with Smoke, and then trying to sort my way back through the front. So you can see the cars get really squirrely here, as the 24 would be underneath a bunch of people. We'd be 4 wide. The 60 car would slide up into a couple different cars. But somehow, some way, it was only a 1 car accident, and that would leave AP way back behind everybody. No cautions. With Smoke would drop back to pick me up, as I was also involved in it. Really surprised that that wasn't a caution. But we would quickly tandem draft our way back up into the field here. Lap at number 126. You can see us both really fast middle of the corner. 196, 197, taking the draft from in front. The 60 would try to slow us down, but he would not be able to. We continue that tandem draft on the outside, just hauling the mail up to the front. However, Cord would jump out in front of us and take that speed away, and then get up into the wall, and then slide down and get spun. And that would knock him down the order. Once again, no caution. A good move in theory, it just did not work out. On lap 127 now, you can see NASCAR slide up the track. He would fall behind us for the moment, and then I would take the run 3 wide to the outside, trying to find my way around. Would clear into second, as Zach would then give me a push. And push me, finally give me the good push all the way almost to the lead for the moment. But it would not be able to stick, as the 60 car would get spun around instead by Ghost there. And that was another big spin for everyone. However, we would maintain going forward here. Still no caution. We would run up front until lap 138, where we would huck it down for our first pit stop of the race. Zach would have pit 1 lap before us for some reason. Not sure why, but we'd come out comfortably in the lead still, with the 34 and the 8 car still behind me, as we'd catch Chevy and AP, who had caught each other and were trying to tandem draft. Just wasn't working out very well. I would take the overspeed and sneak down to the inside. Neither one would be able to stop, but they would jump in front of Gator, or of Ghost, and break up our front pack here. we would start to swap, but with them as they were trying to maintain their lead lap positioning. As you can see, we're still, I'm taking the pushes from the 60 because the 60 car was good at pushing. Its Ghost would elbow his way aggressively into that spot. Now you can see on lap 145, he's ghosting behind us. The one car also behind him, trying to avoid messing up. He would go up a lane and then back down to try and clear. The one car was already there though, and it would cause a spin. Because that was a lead car and the field was so spread out like that, we decided to call a caution and let everybody sort themselves back out. Sleep lap 146 here. Obviously, that's when we would call the caution and let Chevy go back around. He would get his lap back, and we would move to lap 151, where we would have our restart. Me and Smoke on the outside. We're running out of laps here. But yeah, me and Smoke on the outside, trying to get the pushes. I'm trying to clear him off as NASCAR would ghost at the worst possible time for a desync there. So me and the 8 car would shove ourselves into the lead. Lap 153 still on that inside. Ghost had now fought his way back up to the third after the spin as we would try to sort ourselves out. So you can see a spin behind us that would cause another caution. And once again, the field would be stacked back up. I would once again take the 4 tires like I'd been doing on every caution break and drop to the back and then work my way back through again. You see Gators and Smoke doing the same on behind the field. I would then make the move to the high line, trying to see what I could do and push myself into 4th. And then you see Cord would drop out. He did not want to be a part of anything that was going on. It wouldn't matter. They'd get 3 wide and get slammed up into the wall by AP. Just a really awkward exchange there entering turn number 3. I would stay locked up right behind Ghost and push him consistently until lap 169 here. You can see me starting to look around and see if I couldn't make the move with inside 20 laps to go. Almost a spin there. There's a weird catch on that. He would jump out of the way. I would finally get inside of him with a good push from NASCAR. He would not be able to clear back down to the inside, and I would take away the spot. We would pit as a group on lap 172 and then come out with NASCAR leading, Cord in second and myself in third on lap 173, still 1, 2, 3 on the track. Now on 174 you can see AP in the 1 car. He was to our rear bumper. So NASCAR was still ghosting, and Cord and I would take the run to the outside and make that move as we would sneak around him. I'm not really sure why he was having so many desync issues this race, but it was not any complaints from Cord and I as we would clear into turn number
Careful, we're not trying to wreck NASCAR.
number 1 there, and now we'll have the run in to the end of the race with just us 2 and Ghost, who was a lap down after a wreck.
You can't have the first time over. No.
I just broke 3 seconds.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
They're gonna catch us. Ghost, go.
Hey, NASCAR, we're doing it.
Okay, solid
about
now.
it.
Not jinx it.
You're good. You're
He's
good.
solid
You're
now.
good.
So.
Come on, let me
Hey,
get
coach,
this
coming
one.
to you both.
I'm gonna get a big one. I'm gonna get a big one.
Both of y'all are
Let's
solid
start
for me.
moving.
Let's go.
Ghost, I'm gonna need you to move now. Let me back
Come
line.
on.
Thank you.
Come on.
You're all clear.
No.
We're gonna give you a push again, NASCAR. Here it comes.
Ah,
Well,
Not doing anything
both of y'all
anymore.
are ghost.
Here comes Team.
Yes. Holy
saw it
shit,
again?
hold on. We might have enough. We just need to get into the draft.
here we go.
You can get another draft. You can catch on about a half a lap.
Go do it.
Ghost,
I'm
get back
losing
up here.
traction.
Ghost, get back up here. Ghost is solid.
Oh.
Wolf,
Hey,
you're
P,
ghost.
just start pushing. Start pushing.
Yeah, we have to. We have no choice.
Hey, Wolf, you're back. Wolf, you're back.
Okay.
We have no choice. Come on.
Ghost, keep that for the time being. I'm gonna use you to win this race.
Just hold him.
We're gonna get a big one. We're gonna get a big one.
He's ghosted. Now
There
he's
you go.
solid.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Oh, great. Now everyone's ghosted.
Come on, go on, go.
Oh, still gaining, still gaining.
We're good, we're good, we're good.
I just made the pass for the
Back
lead.
away.
Come on.
Talking about word.
Let's
Talking.
go.
Christ.
Come
Looks
on.
like Chevy isn't ghosted. Or is ghosted. Or isn't. I don't know how to talk.
There you go, come on. Come on.
It's
No,
not gonna
no.
do anything, you're ghosted. Chevy's not, let him push me.
Oh,
Scoot over, AP. Scoot.
Ghost, no!
You got one more shot at it. Ghost, get out of the way.
Ghost back out of this. Ghost back out of this.
We have like 5 more.
We have 5 more laps, I'm out of fuel.
Yeah. Oh, no way!
Go.
No way.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my God,
Irritating.
what was that?
So I would pick up race win number 4 on the year, ripping his first career win away from him. Cord has run almost every single race in our series, but hasn't picked up win number 1 yet, and it wouldn't be today, because I would, like I said, pick up win number 4 away from him. NASCAR would come home 3rd with Gators 4th, Smoke 5th, Freak 6th, a really good run for him all day, honestly. Ghost in 7th, Chevy 8th, Philly 9th, and Georgia, obviously, who DNF'd in 10th. So that would be all for today's video. Let's throw up stats here. You can see myself with the really good showing there. With double points for an all-star race with the 100% race length, it would lead me to a huge points gap right now in race 8 of 22. NASCAR 2nd, Cord 3rd, Smoke really good in 4th, and at the spot there, TR and its AP both right at that spot. Mick, who's really fast, down the order right now. Not great from him. But yeah, so if you did enjoy this one, this was a lot longer than our normal race recaps because it was a lot longer of a normal race. But if you did enjoy, I hope you hit that like button and subscribe. Like I said, try to get this to 5 likes and to us get 150 subscribers. But yeah, if you did enjoy, I hope you did. Stick around for anything else that I got coming out. We got a lot of other stuff coming out soon here. More College Football 27 Dynasty, along with some other stuff. And until next time, take it easy.